Well, with all the outdoor summer activities, children are at a greater risk of injuring themselves or even breaking a bone. But this morning, we're getting some tips on preventing and identifying those injuries. With us this morning, we have Dr. Jason Somogyi, orthopedic surgeon at the Texas Orthopedics. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, this is a busy time. You have football camps, you have soccer, and the kids are just outside more.
True. Yeah, with school out, kids are outside a lot more frequently. Camps, like you said, other sports activities. So, a lot of activities make you a little bit more prone to injury for sure.
Yeah, so are you seeing a lot of broken bones? Because I read that the kids really do have more bendy bones. I feel like they break stuff more often.
Sure, so children's bones are a little bit softer than adults' bones, and they're a little bit more active sometimes too, so they don't have work or jobs to keep us busy and outside. So we do see a lot of kids fractures over the summer.
What should parents do if they think that their kid may have gotten a broken bone or a fracture?
So if there's any ever concern, I would say definitely go see someone and get it checked out. So luckily there's a lot of options for that. You can go to your local emergency room, you can go to Texas Orthopedics Urgent Care Clinic and always get an x-ray. So it's better to get an x-ray first and know there's something broken, and instead of waiting, seeing a couple weeks later and find out something's broken, we didn't do anything about it.
And I know we see a lot more of this over the summer, but what are some of the main activities that are the cause of these broken bones?
Scooters, so that's a big thing we see downtown with all the scooters,
Yeah.
so people falling off those. And then trampolines are actually pretty dangerous for children too. So if you have your children have a trampoline in the backyard, make sure that's supervised all the time with the adults. So making sure they're being careful, not jumping off the sides, trying to jump into a pool off the trampoline or anything like that. Just safety is the biggest
Maybe
concern.
one at a time on the trampoline.
Yeah.
We didn't
That's a
have
good
that
idea,
rule
too.
growing up. People got hurt all the
Right,
time.
so don't try to
no.
bounce the other person or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
All the fun, dangerous things that you can do as a
don't do any
kid.
of that.
All right, so we had the tips up actually. So always wear helmets and protective gear. That seems like a given, but people just, they feel invincible.
People feel invincible, and it's an easy thing to forget. And it's not cool to wear sometimes your helmet or cool to wear your wrist guards, but I think that's definitely important.
Yeah, and for mom and dad, if your kids see you doing it, they'll want to do it too, right?
Role modeling is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Also supervised time on the playground.
Yes, so making sure kids aren't doing things jumping off slides, jumping off swings. So having an adult around or someone to supervise it always kind of brings the intensity level down a little bit and the safety level up a little bit.
Yeah, we always want to behave more around mom and dad.
Exactly.
I was going to say, is that a conversation that you think a lot of parents should have with their kids?
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, talk to them a little bit more about being careful. Who wants that conversation? No one, if you're a kid.
You
but
don't want to wear a cast, because if you wear the cast, you
Yeah.
can't swim.
That's true.
So if you have a cast on the summer from broken bones, that pool time goes away. So that's a huge
That's
important
a
thing.
good one.
I was going to say subtle threats there.
There you go.
you don't want to not be in the pool,
That's
so you
true.
better be good.
It's going to be hot outside, so the pool time is important.
I know, it is. Are there common pool injuries too?
And we don't see a ton of pool injuries necessarily from fracture stuff, but I mean, if you're jumping in, it happens occasionally.
Just don't jump off like any roofs or anything
Yeah.
like that.
And most common bones to break? That's just a question I have. What are the most common ones you see?
So I'm a hand surgeon specifically, so I see a ton of hand fractures, but actually finger fractures are probably one of the most common bones that break in the body. Wrist fractures in children, ankle fractures too, but I would say hands and wrists are probably the two most common things.
Where can people get some more info if they want to maybe talk to a doctor or come visit somebody?
So TexasOrthopedics.com has a ton of information. We have subspecialists in pretty much everything. We cover most of the city from way north to way south, so we're always happy to see if you have any questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. And again, for everybody at home, you can just head to their website for some more info.
Thanks for having me.
So to come on